How many of you love a good origin story? Maybe you're into Marvel movies and you want to know how Spider-Man came to be. Or maybe you're more of a sports fan and you love a 30 for 30 on ESPN. Origin stories do these things that answer questions for us. They connect dots and give us puzzle pieces to a bigger picture. Over the past few weeks, we've been talking about big questions like how God and science can fit together and how to live curiously while still holding on to our faith. Today, as we wrap up, I want to use the game Jenga. Keep that in your mind as we talk about building blocks to help us picture what faith is built on. The truth is that stories have parts that matter more than others. If you start a Marvel movie in the middle or in the wrong place, you'll be totally lost. What if you missed out on Iron Man's death? Some moments are more foundational than others, and faith works the same way. Some blocks can be moved around, and that's fine. But if you pull from the bottom, if the foundation is weak, the whole thing can collapse, like in Jenga. So here's the question. What's the foundation of your faith? For many of us, it's one of three things. It could be Bible stories that we grew up hearing, like Noah or David and Goliath, and we assume that faith is built on those stories. Or it could be someone else's expectations for us. Maybe you go to church and you watch this stuff because your mom or grandparents want you to, and you don't want conflict, so you just go along with it. Third could be trauma or tragedy. Maybe faith helped you through something painful, but now you're not so sure it makes sense anymore. Here's the problem. What happens when those blocks get shaken? When a science teacher or a friend challenges what you believe? Many students walk away from their faith after high school because the foundation wasn't strong enough. But it doesn't have to be this way. The real foundation isn't the story of someone else's opinion. It's about this. An event that happened over 2,000 years ago. A man named Jesus was crucified, died, and buried, and then he came back to life. The resurrection is the bottom block in a Jenga tower. It holds everything together. Matthew records how women found the tomb empty, and an angel said, "He is not here, he has risen." Paul even wrote, "If Christ had not been raised, our preaching is useless, and so is your faith." He didn't say that if Jonah wasn't swallowed by a fish, your faith is useless. Why? Because that's not the foundation. The resurrection is. Hundreds of people saw Jesus alive after his death. His closest friends were tortured and killed because they refused to say that they didn't see him alive. They didn't deny what they had witnessed. And because of Jesus, history changed. The way that people saw God, the way that people saw themselves and the people around them, it shifted forever. The resurrection is what makes faith unshakable. So I have two challenges for you this week. First, don't walk away unnecessarily. Don't give up easily. If a Bible story or a science theory confuses you, don't let that topple your whole faith. The resurrection still holds true. Second, build your faith on what matters most, the resurrection. The truth is, the resurrection isn't just history. It's the reason you can trust God today. The truth is, your doubts and your questions are safe here. Science isn't the enemy. It helps us discover more about the God who made everything. But your faith isn't built on science or even Bible stories. It's built on a man named Jesus who lived, died, and paid the price of sin for us and rose again. That's what our faith is built on. That Jesus did that for us so that we can have a relationship with him, so that we would never be eternally separated from him. So as you head out this week, don't let confusing things topple your faith. Come here, come to the safe space and ask those hard questions. Go out and love those around you because he showed us love first. Have a beautiful week, everybody.